Study Section 4. Theories and Types of Meaning. Introduction. This unit shall be devoted to theories and types of meaning. This should be of great help to you when you are faced with the need to logically account for what and how a word means. Objectives. To discuss some theories and types of meaning. Theories of meaning. Theories of meaning are scientific facts and categories which explains the match between words or reference and their meanings or sense. 5 of these have been highlighted below. 1. Conceptual theories. The theories propose that meaning resides in the mind of the speaker. It works on the idea that the human mind is a clean slate at birth, which is stuffed as the individual gathers experience by interacting with his or her environment. This experience gathering is possible because it is believed that humans have shared organs and hence experience the world in the same way and thus have more or less the same basic idea. 2. Platonist theories. The theories conceive of meaning as an abstraction, i.e., meaning is found outside a person's mind. The theories are obviously a contrast to conceptual theories. A version of the theories has a metaphysical slant which maintains that meaning is reached intuitively in a perfect world of ideas. 3. Structuralist theorists. These theories see meaning as derivable from the relationship words keep with one another in a language. The method adopted by structural theorists is componential analysis. 4. Semiotic theories. The semiotic approach to meaning has also been called the translational approach. The theorists maintain that meaning is not a particular thing, but rather what one lives. Hence, they believe that human whole lives are related to meaning. To account for meaning, the theorists translate a word to an easier to understand expression. 5. Truth conditional theories. According to these theories, knowing the meaning of a sentence is a matter of knowing what the word would be like for it to be true. Blakemore, 1992-41. In other words, meanings are accounted for in terms of propositions being true or false. 6. The speech act theory. This theory deals with meaning in terms of language users performing certain actions in their speeches. Such actions performed in speeches are called speech acts. This theory operates with the 3 terms locution, elocution, and parlocution. More details later. Exercise 1. Using any or a combination of the theories of meaning above, explain the text below. Emotions, in bracket, refers to a specific identifiable affective state, such as angry, fearful, happy, and excited. An emotion is a dynamic and multifaceted construct that has a source, consists of an appraisal, and results in action tendencies. Types of meaning. In this section, we shall discuss meaning types as provided by Leach, 1977. Each of the 7 types of meaning identified by Leach shall be fully discussed in relation to its possible contextual realizations. These meaning types are denotative or conceptual meaning, connotative meaning, stylistic meaning, affective meaning, reflexive meaning, collocative meaning, and thematic meaning. Denotative meaning. This is also called the cognitive, conceptual, basic, or logical meaning. Denotative meaning is the surface side a word or expression turns to a hearer or reader. This meaning is descriptive and often objective in nature. Let us look at the following examples. 1. Joke is a woman. 2. David is rather womanish. The dictionary provides the meaning of woman as a fully grown human female and womanish as like a woman in character, behavior, appearance, etc. Note the minuteness of the descriptive details. For the two words, all the features needed to identify the reference are named. These features simultaneously possess comparison and contrast value. Denotative meaning derives from the idea of a word as a symbol. Words are symbolic in the sense that they represent something else, that is, an arbitrary relationship holds between a word and its reference. As already pointed out in chapter 1, what is the relationship between the word dog and the four-legged animal that is called after? Of course, dog is linguistics, while the reference is an animal. Thus, denotative meaning is referential meaning. Look at the following examples. 1. A cow sleeps in the open space. 2. Marriage are no longer sacred. In example 1, cow is a signifier of a fully grown female type of cattle kept on farms. The signified, which invariably is the denotation. Sleeps signifies an action, rest in sleep, and open. A location, i.e. a stretch of land. In example 2, marriage is a signifier of a human social institution involving a man and a woman. Sacred signifies equality, i.e. holy. Exercise 1. Supply the denotations of each of the following italicized words. 1. Life is an admixture of good and bad events. 2. Give me your consent. 3. The book dropped on the first landing. 4. Eggs are best friends with lard. 5. His lasciviousness now knows no bound. 6. Babayo is not a mulatto. 7. Akin likes multiers. 8. Porcupines are not aggressive animals. Connotative meaning. Connotative meaning goes beyond the conceptual or denotative meaning. It refers to what is communicated by virtue of what language refers to. Leach, 1977-23, derives from the basic meaning of a word, but depends strictly on context and varies by history, culture, or individual experience. It is also inelastic. Let us look at the following instances of connotative usage. 1. Akintola eventually baited the woman. 2. The camel is the sheep of the desert. 3. I cherish my gold. We shall discuss the sentence in turn, considering the place of the italicized word in their meanings. Sentence 1. Akintola eventually baited the woman. In this sentence, that Akintola, a man, is mentioned as subject and the woman as object already forecloses the possibility of a literal interpretation of the word baited as put food or something like food on a hook to catch fish or in a trap to catch animal. A bait is essentially attractive and therefore desired by the victim premises our interpretation of the sentence on this background. We can conveniently say that Akintola baiting the woman connotes wooing her through material attraction. Sentences 2. The camel is in the sheep of the desert. Ordinarily, a camel is not a sheep. Also, while a camel is found in the desert, a sheep is not. The metaphor forged by sheep makes the camel to possess the ability of the sheep to carry heavy luggage across the desert. The sentence could therefore mean the camel is the sole means of transportation in the desert. Slow dough. Sentence 3. I cherish my gold. Gold, denotatively as a valuable yellow metal that is a substance used for making coins, jewelries, is the generic noun. The use of gold in the description here as other possible descriptions, such as coins or a gold medal, does not attract any connotative meaning. But if the context further specifies the ethnic background of the speaker, say Yoruba or any other cultural group that associates gold with mother, then the connotation will come out very clearly. The word cherish will keep a better compatible company with the metaphor. Gold, to give us meaning, I love my mother dearly. The foregoing has ostensibly shown that connotative meaning are mental conceptual in nature. They are largely figurative and many times require subjective judgment. The poem below contains some examples of connotative meaning. Tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this pretty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted foes. The way to dusty death, how brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard as more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury signifying nothing. Shakespeare, 1919-19. Words or expressions and their connotations. A. That tomorrow creeps in pretty pace connotes mortality. B. Brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow, signifying nothing. Etc. Connote that life is ephemeral, vain, inglorious, and meaningless. Social or stylistic meaning. Social or stylistic meaning refers to what is communicated of social circumstances of language use. Leach, 1977-23. This usually has an association with the different relationships within the society and the cultural context of interaction. Prominent in this situation is Malinowski, phantic communion. Language as used to cement social relationships. Expressions such as good morning, how are you, what a beautiful day this is, etc. exemplify social meaning. In interactions where these utterances feature, it is expected that meaning will be appreciated on the basis of the shared assumptions that mere pleasantries and culture and society-imposed rituals are being exchanged. Social or stylistic meaning relates to language as it reflects social circumstances. The interlocutor's geographical background and the social relations between the speaker and the hearer are important in stylistic meaning. The speaker is constrained by his attitude to the hearer, the subject matter and the purpose of communication. He, therefore, selects his style based on the constraints from the following: A. Stiff or relaxed. B. Formal or informal. C. Cold or warm. D. Impersonal or friendly. The style of speaking or writing determines the words used and consequently constrains the meaning achieved. Therefore, it is not common for a word to have the same stylistic and conceptual meaning. That is why it is difficult to have true synonyms. Take two. That is why it is difficult to have true synonyms. Let us look at the following examples. 1. Come here, nigga. 2. Tell the blighter to stop coming to my house. 3. Don't bark at him, you. Note that in example 1, the speaker's scornful attitude leads to the selection of Negal, which is in that context means more than a black person. It covers such shades as worthless, slavish, etc. In example 2, the speaker expresses his hatred by the use of the word blighter. In example 3, the speaker uses bark rather than offensively to describe his addressee as animalistic, noisy, wide, and harmful. Affective meaning. Affective meaning refers to what is communicated of the feelings and attitudes of the speaker or writer. Leach 23. It depends on other types of meanings such as conceptual, connotative, and stylistic meanings. An instance of affective meaning is clear in this common expression: we build houses to make homes. The emotive usage here attempts to distinguish between the physical house and the abstract home. Also, a word like lion, apart from its idiomatic association, as seen in the lion's share, etc., could connote kingship, power, or dominance. In fact, in the Bible, the Lion of Judah connotes God the Almighty. In expressing affectionateness and profound love, certain words are often favored. Such include honey, love, darling, sweetheart, my dear, signature, etc. A word like friend does not express the kind of emotion carried by these words. It can sometimes be used to express annoyance and show offense or social detachment. Some years ago, a former Nigerian military president, General Ibrahim Babangida, formally asked a former Inspector General of Police the question, "My friend, where is Anini?" Obviously, given that Anini was a notorious armed robber, long due for arrest by the Nigerian police then. Given also that the situation where the question was asked was formal, friend was not used any affectionately, but rather affectively to express accusation and apprehension. Reflected or reflexive meaning. Reflected or reflexive meaning arises in cases of multiple conceptual meaning, in which one sense of a word forms part of our response to another sense. Babatunde, 1995. Look at the word intercourse. When sexual intercourse rather than social intercourse is meant intercourse, echoes senses such as ejaculation, erection, etc. Note that the meaning is not direct. It is only reflected. People often employ euphemism to avoid the taboo sense of a word. For example, abroad or bang is a euphemism for intercourse or copulation. Machine is an euphemism for erection, etc. Collocative meaning. This refers to the meaning that concerns the coming together of words through common usage. When words occur together, they acquire certain associations. For example, heavy plus smoker is equal to heavy smoker. Rancid plus butter equal to rancid butter. Rabbit plus dog equal to rabid dog. Heavy plus sleeper equal to heavy sleeper, etc. However, some combinations are awkward, e.g., nice plus 3 equal to nice tree. Eat plus D plus water equal to eat the water. Drink plus D plus stove equal to drink the stove, etc. Note that the company's words keep affect their meanings. In a sentence like the dog barks or the cat meows, our meanings derived from the compatible combinations of dog plus barks and cats plus meows. Confusion, however, set in with combinations like nice plus 3, eat plus water, and drink plus stove. Collocations are either free or fixed. They are free when the combinations are flexible. Consider the following examples. 1. They enjoy absolute bliss. 2. Ogumosho North Local Government can sink boreholes for you if you contact the chairman. 3. That egg has gone rancid. Rancid egg, not spoiled egg. 4. Egret are migratory birds. 5. He got involved in the heated arguments. 6. Burning issues sometimes require divine intervention. 7. The young man took to his heels when the lady's fathers arrived. 8. It was a really portrait show. 9. Bosede later took seriously ill. 10. He has a rather scrawny hand. 11. I don't like this soggy ground. 12. She gave a soulful song at a function. 13. This office is roomy enough for all your gadgets. 14. Many Nigerian administrators are largely profligate. 15. Many professors often become peripatetic. Note that free collocations largely consist of adjectival collocation, prepositional collocations, and freely formed compatible structures in bracket with combinations like verb, adjective, verb, noun, etc. Collocations can also be fixed in nature. A collocation is fixed when it is rigid in structure and meaning. Altering the structural ordering of the collocation affects its meaning. Look at the following instances. A freak of nature, in bracket, not a monster of nature. Keep the peace, in bracket, not retain the peace. Peace of mind, in bracket, not peace of heart. Bring to a halt, in bracket, not drag to a halt. Room service, in bracket, not hotel service. Breach of the peace, in bracket, not break of the peace. etc. Fixed collocations also appear as idioms, according to Odebumi, 2006-55. An idiom is a set of words that has a fixed structure and a fixed meaning. It is therefore more useful to find out what idioms mean rather than how words have been strung together to form idioms. Take, for example, out of the blue, which means unexpected. Idioms can be figurative expressions, pairs or near pairs of words or phrasal verbs. When they are figurative expressions, certain figures of speech such as simile, metaphor, personification, paradox, or euphemism are employed. We should, however, not confuse idioms in this class with figures of speech generally, since the structures of the latter are not necessarily fixed. Examples of figurative idioms are spill the beans, metaphor, throw up one's hand, metonym, as easy as pie, simile, etc. Note that the following are not idioms, though they are figurative expressions: as fast as a hare, as wide as a lion, a pool of ideas, etc. Idioms can also be pair or near pairs of words. These include high and mighty, high and dry, cats and dogs, birds and bees, hook, line and sinker, touch and go, etc. When idioms are phrasal verbs, they are usually a combination of verbs and preposition with meaning not predictable from the orthographed words or expressions. Examples are run into, look up to, come upon, come to, etc. Note that particle verbs such as go up, climb up, etc. do not have any idiomatic complexion, but some wise sayings may be regarded as idioms. For example, a bird at hand is worth two in the bush. A stitch in time saves nine. One man's meat is another man's poison, etc. Thematic meaning. The theme is the beginning point of a sentence. The theme is every other thing that comes after the theme. More often than not, the theme corresponds with the grammatical subject, while the theme tallies with the predicate, i.e. the verb phrase. This is, however, not necessarily so. Any part of the sentence can be fronted to prioritize and achieve a particular contextual meaning. Consider the following examples. 1. Olamekposi killed the chief, in bracket, actor thematized. 2. The thief was killed by Olamekposi, in bracket, victim thematized. 3. It was the thief that Olamekposi killed, in brackets, contrast thematized. It was the thief, not anybody else, that was killed. 4. It was Olamekposi that the thief killed, contrast thematized, i.e. it was Olamekposi, not anybody else, that the thief killed. 5. What Olamekposi did was kill the thief, contrast, Olamekposi did not praise the thief, but rather killed him. 6. Who Olamekposi killed was the thief. Rather, other people might have killed somebody else. The speaker was sure Olamekposi was the one who killed the thief. Exercise 2. Discuss the types of meaning evident in the extract below. Okolo. Seeing the messengers, recognize them and question them. But the men, in spite of their grim faces, opened not their mouths. The remaining crowd hushed. The silence passed silence. The three messengers faced Okolo, opening not their mouths. A man from the back of the crowd pushed his way to the messengers. The four of them put their heads together, while with their eyes they looked at Okolo. They put their heads together for a while and walked towards Okolo, as if stalking an animal, and Okolo stood looking. They moved nearer and suddenly pounced on Okolo. Okolo and the men fell to the ground, hands clawed at him, 1,000 hands, the hands of the world. Okolo twisted, struggled, and kicked with all his shadow, with all his life, and to his astonishment, he saw himself standing free. He ran. Running feet followed. He ran. 1,000,000 pursuing feet, 100 after him. He ran past his house without knowing and ran into another. A woman giving suck to her baby screamed out. Okolo sprang and ran. The running feet came nearer, the carrying nothing feet of the world. Okolo turned a corner and nearly ran into a boy and a girl standing with hands holding each other. They did look at him. He turned a corner. A dog barked at him. Okolo ran. He was now at the end of the town. Only one hut was left, and beyond it is the mystery of the forest. Okolo ran, and he ran past. A voice heard him. "Coming," it said. "Come in quickly." In Okolo went. Instinctively, and in the gloom, stood panting, called from the voice by Gabriel Okara. Summary. In the foregoing sections, we have talked about the following theories of meaning, namely conceptual, Platonist, structuralist, semiotic, truth conditional, and speech art theories. We have also talked about all the 7 Lichian types of meaning: denotative or conceptual, connotative, stylistic, affective, collocative, thematic, and social meanings. End of study section 4. Thanks for listening.